got enough muscle. He's skinny, but he got enough muscle he should still be able to fly. Of course, not this wet. So could anything from a big prey item, got down on the ground, rolling around with it.
Yeah.
It looks like he has broke a toe.
Right.
As long as all the other ones are working, he can probably cope with it. So we'll take him back to the shop, get him dried out. Old wound. So he's had some old damage to this foot, and it's infected. See that?
Okay.
So we'll get that cleaned up, treated.
This foot's infected.
Yeah. And that could be systemic now, that could be into the rest of the body. So we'll treat him for antibiotics, for pain, splint that toe, treat him for skinny, dry him out. So it'll be a variety of treatments.
Thank you.
Yes,
ready
please.
and water and a syringe.
Yeah. So, once he takes a bath, gets all those feathers, they're not cracked once he unfurls all of them. So here's his little infective site, and still, we packed that full of cream last night. So we flush it with a betadine, and then we'll flush it again. So let's get we get some betadine drawn up. He's a small accipiter, or Cooper's hawk, so they specialize in hunting in the forest canopy. They're an extremely agile bird, so when we rehab some other species like a bald eagle, they can be a little less than perfect and still survive in the wild, but the Cooper's hawks, because of how they hunt, we have to have them pretty close to perfect to release them. And he has a pretty serious infection in his left foot, and I suspect that's probably he had been bitten by prey. So they specialize in birds, but he may have tried to take some ground prey, or he could have also just hurt his foot with a cut. But yeah, that infection will need a really aggressive treatment with antibiotic.
And what kind of ground prey might have gotten in trouble with?
Like squirrels are one of the ones that a Cooper may try to take because they are, up in the trees, and a squirrel, of course, has very biting teeth. So, yeah, it could be. I know falconers who will occasionally hunt squirrels with their hawks. They wear special little leather anklets, which protect their legs from squirrel bites. So, yeah, squirrel could put a pretty good bite. I've always been an animal person, but when I first started working with birds of prey, my previous bird experience was with animals like albatross, who are not, they're more defensive than aggressive, where an eagle can be an aggressive animal. When I first started working with them, I had a fear inside of me, and the more fear I had, the more fear and aggression the animals exhibited. And as I became comfortable with handling birds, and comfortable inside of myself and could go in with no adrenaline, no fear, no anger, just essentially in my mind, this is happening, you have to have this done, and I'm going to do it. the animals seem to fight me less. So a prey species, if I'm stressed, I'm going to stress the prey animal out because they live in a herd or a flock and they look at the stress of others. And a predator animal, if I'm stressed out, I'm either going to make him aggressive, think he's going to win the fight. You need to be calm inside of yourself to work with the animals. So it was very beneficial to me is to learn that calmness because I had a stress condition when I first started here. I had a bad accident which caused me some stress, and the animals actually taught me to deal with my stress, which let me deal with the animals on a better level. So the animals actually fixed me, and now I fix them. So, you practice your flapping? I'm pretty sure all the wings are working good. We got a rolled over feather here, buddy. Let's get that back in place. How many mils is it?
5-ish.
As long as we make it look like food he's accustomed to. He just went back to hungry bird and fed on his own. These ones are all subadults, and these have all come into care because they've been taken out of their nest by eagles and dropped. So they're long limbs. I think the eagles tend to get them by a limb and not their body, and they manage to wiggle out of the feet. So we've been finding them randomly through a particular neighborhood. So we've had 4 of them, and one didn't work out, but we have 3 that we're hopeful will get through to flight and released to the beach. So we got another month at least with these guys before they're flying and ready to go to a beach. So we always have to have door paranoia. Make sure they're closed. So this is an eagle who it was a mysterious case, whether it was toxins, and this is his first day in the flight pen. He just came out today. Our flight pen currently on our property here is 45 feet long, and that's 1/3 of the length you need to do final flight conditioning for a bald eagle. So we do our rehab, the intensive medical care here, and once we get them past that stage, then North Island is great by helping us, and they accept them, put them in their large flight pen. And when ready for release, we return, pick them up, and we return the birds to their capture locations. It is stressful on the eagles to load them into trucks or a helicopter or however we transport them to the big flight pens and then return to release. So we hope by next year we'll have our own flight pen. So we have bought a piece of land, and we're currently fundraising to build a new hospital, new flight enclosures. We hope to build a world-class facility at our new place, and we really appreciate the help of North Island, but it will be less stress on the animals if we don't have to transport. It's looking better. You just got a little scab there. And we're going to leave that on and let you pick it off.
So his main problem was his foot.
Yep.
When he came in. What else are you looking for now, Reg?
Just checking his body condition. He's got a feather sticking up funny, making sure he never damaged anything seriously. But I think that's just a grooming issue. And my guess is the best thing with this guy right now is to put him in a cage and let him go. He's done here. So we're going to wrap you in a little cloth so you're not going to stress out while I get a box ready for you. There's no sense catching you twice. Put your little wings in.
So you're going to let him go?
Yep.
How does it feel to release one of these wild
Oh,
birds?
it's so nice. It's over really fast. It's a bit anticlimactic because they're just gone right away, but it feels amazing to be able to let them go again.
You've been doing this for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
How does it feel to release a bird?
It's always exciting. It's, we don't always get to release them. A lot don't make it through rehab. Most animals come to us. I used to get depressed about survival rates, and another rehabber said essentially every animal that comes through your doors is dead in nature. So every one you save is another one you're putting back out there. So yeah, it's a big reward after you go through some that don't make it. So it's always rewarding.